welcome to my channel. I'm trying to welcome to the channel where I'm trying to point out how to do the right things to get a good experience how to do the right things to get good results for a better experience in skateboarding. Yeah. For today's topic, I want to basically talk about filming in skateboarding and why it's important. Alright, now basically, you always gotta have a filmer when you're skateboarding. That's all said and done right there. But the thing is, not everybody wants to film.
I can't film.
How to eliminate that problem is to man up and get yourself a camera. I got one. Not the best filmer in the world, best editor, but I feel like everybody should do it. Point being is because it eliminates time when trying to film a video part or the process of trying to call a filmer or something. They're not even there, or they're all the way somewhere else, or they just don't pick up their phone. I can't film me, dog. I'm all the way in California with P-Rod, and he doing that double pits to Chessie and tray flip crooks, you know. So it's always good to have your own tools and everything that you need, so that when you get out into the streets or in the park, you always have something to do. Now, not only that you're filming, your friends should be filming too. They may not want to film.
I don't want to film.
But sometimes you may walk into situations where you have been the victim, where you had to do it, or because nobody else would do it. If everybody did it, then this would eliminate the problem for everybody not getting footage. We could all take turns, and there's just basic things to do when you're skateboarding. For one, if you're going to film while you're going, like, you know, with them, you know how the whole process goes. You can't use your own regular board. Shout out to Hoyle Skate Shop, home shop in Colorado Springs area, Colorado. But you can't do that. It makes way too much noise. It's not gonna work, for one. Two, makes too much noise, and three, you're not gonna be able to keep up with them swiftly. And it's not going to be too steady with you when you're holding the camera in your hand. If you don't have that, then here's what I suggest. For me right now, what I got from my DGK grab box, there's one deck that I have. It's an 8-1, a little, usually more bigger than I ride an 8. Sometimes I like to ride thinner boards for when I'm filming, but this is a bigger one because some people which want to complain that they can't fit on my board or whatever, so I got like an 8-1 for generally everybody to use when we're taking turns. So Rodrigo TX deck, it's pretty freaking dope. Shout out to DGK, favorite brand. Your wheels are always important. I have some OJ wheels, 55mm with the durometer of 78A. You need softer and bigger wheels so it can be quieter and smoother, and you'll be able to go swiftly with them. They don't have to be too big, but they can't be too small either. But you just want enough to where you can keep up with them, and you'll eliminate the sound, and you have some smooth sailing when you're skating, when you're filming them. Now, like I said, I am not an initial filmer. I just film when I have to, I film when I want to, and I film my own stuff. Sometimes because there's so many of us, or so little of us as a group in skateboarding in the area that I'm at, or wherever you are, that sometimes you just gotta do stuff yourself. Really, realistically, that's what skateboarding is about, doing stuff your own way and creating stuff your own way. So not only that, if you want another basic product, got this from Cam Caddy. I think these are about like what, 40-50 bucks. It basically holds your camera in place, stabilizes it there. You put it through this hole through the bottom, and put your camera there, and so you don't have to have like a VX and stuff like that and spend $1,000. Like now, like in some cameras, if you don't want to use a VX or can't afford a VX, get an SLR camera. And what an SLR is, basically Canon and Nikon cameras, to where they do photos and video, but it's all HD quality wise, whatever your preference is. I got a Canon T3 because that's what I could afford at the time. If I waited a little longer, I could have got a little better. Like Nigel Alexander, what does he pick? He'd say around like the 60D. In general, for us, we say like a T3i. There's other things like Canon 7D and Canon 70D that you can get, which is way more megapixels. Shutter speed's way faster. It's very versatile cameras. I love Canon. But yeah, you can pretty much virtually put any camera on here. On top, you can put like a light attachment or your microphone. Also different accessories like a little rail on top, more than one light, microphone, and a light, a cheese plate for the bottom right here. But it's all personal preference, what you're trying to do with your skateboarding at the time. But those are the main basic things that you would need. Like you could use a regular board, big wheels, be set to film. That is it. That's good to have an extra setup and also the cruise on if you're going to school or whatever. Get you to and from places even faster than your regular board would. There shouldn't be no excuse for anybody to say that they can't film or they don't want to film. Dude, you got to do something. You got to help out. If you ever recognize, even when people are injured, like in big videos and stuff, like skate videos and stuff, there's other pros that are getting second angles or are filming for somebody else if they're not skating that spot. They do it too. I'm not saying they do it professionally or getting paid or trying to eliminate somebody else's job, but it helps when you have more than one person that can do something and when they can do it right. And if you can teach them, then you can spread it on. That's what this video is for. So people can stop bitching, whining, and complaining about saying what they can't do. It would be much easier if you would try to learn how and help your homies out, and everybody can get more tricks and get more done at once. Just take some time, sit down, learn how to use it. Simple. At least if you can have at least one person or more than one that's got it down packed, that's okay. If you have more than one camera or your friend has a camera too, if you're not good at skating, then sit somewhere in a spot where you think you can get that angle. The important thing is keeping a person in the frame and not trying to really chop their head off. There's all types of ways you could do it, but there is a proper way to get things done. If you want a better quality for your video, if you want it to look better, make your video just look more extravagant or artsy or something, like that would help. That would only make sense. But like I said, shouldn't be no excuses at all. Your homies shouldn't be making excuses, and if they are, then you need to find some more homies. Like 13 million skateboarders around the world. There's a lot of freaking skateboarders, so somebody can learn how. Stop making excuses. Just because, you may be somebody better or whatever, that's bull. Like my friends, some of them are sponsors, some of them are not. And no matter what, their skill level, they're helping out. Like if you both help each other out, things can happen like that. Like, I don't know, you never know where it'll end up. So yeah. But that's for the next video. Talking about where you might end up and the people that you talk with. But basically, for a recap, what I could say is just get bigger wheels. Probably extra deck, preferably bigger. And a camera that you could afford with like a Camcaddy, of course. This is cheap and efficient. eBay or Camcaddy.com is where you can get that stuff. And that's about it. See you next time.